Hello everyone and welcome back to Overwatch Talks. Today we're going to be going over some Winston gameplay as well as a little bit of Roadhog. The map is Hanamura. My good friend Mirrorbright is going to be our little guinea pig for the day. He hovers between gold and platinum regularly between the seasons. He wants to add Winston to his roster of characters for tanking, so I am here to help him with that as well as you guys. So basically they're on attack and we're going to see what he's doing wrong, where he can improve, and what he's doing right. So let's get into it without further ado. Okay. No, already mistake. Okay, here we go. So let's look back at the jump. So where are you when you jump? No, that's too early. You jump way too early. If you notice where you land, that's when you know. You landed smack dab in the middle of their team. That's no bueno as Winston. Only in very particular instances would you want to do that. Only if, yeah, that's generally just a, no, just generally don't do that. Just, you'll know when to do that, but don't do that. So let's go back and see where you could have improved with that. What you should have done is, so you have a Reinhardt. So he's going to be your follow-up or your lead. So I don't know if you've discussed that with him, but basically one of you dives and the other follows up. So it can either be the Reinhardt goes in and then you jump behind him and get the healer, or you dive in and then Reinhardt runs into their team swinging his hammer. One of the two, but you can't go in at the same time. So what you should have done is where Reinhardt is, that's where you jump. So you can get to the back of the team. But better yet, what you could have done, since you don't know where the enemies are, hold on, I need to go a little further back. So the window here on the top left is where you really should have been interested in jumping. If you had jumped up there and then jumped over to the two-story building behind it, that would allow you to survey the entire team on the other side. And most likely Mercy's going to be in the back, and that allows you to jump her no problem. Now, if the enemy team notices that you're up top, over here on the top right, then even if they're distracted by you, that's a good thing, because when they're distracted by you, that splits their team in half, or better yet, if their entire team goes for you, that allows Reinhardt and the rest of your DPS to go in and flank them. Winston's all about engaging. You have to know when to engage and where. Okay, so you retreat though, that was good. You were poking, which is not good. What you were doing here, yeah. There's nothing you can do at that position. I don't know if you wanted to jump in, but that was no bueno. You have an enemy Winston attacking your Mercy, this is no good. So if you're going to run a dive comp, you need to dive, because otherwise that Winston's going to dive you. If you don't dive, he will. That's no bueno. And the thing is that they're running a better dive comp than you are. They have a Zarya bubbling him when he jumps in. You don't even have a Zenyatta orb to cover you when you jump in. You literally rely only on your barrier, because Lucio and Mercy cannot follow you in there.
Through the miracle of science.
Now, I don't have comms on for you. I can't hear that, so I have to assume the best. But, so you jump up here, which is better than through the choke point. You land, go for the Hanzo, go for the Hanzo. That's not Hanzo. You retreat. Nope, you're not doing your job. You dive in, but you've already got a man down. That's not good. Yeah, that was suicide. Yeah, don't focus Zarya, and don't dive in when you're a man down. A big part of playing Winston is you're the main tank. And the tanks are ultimately responsible for the communication and organization of the team alongside the healers. And so if you notice that Reinhardt charged it and suicided, that's when you tell your team, okay, back off, we have to wait, we have to wait. And it sucks to be in that position, but someone has to do it.
Thank you.
Okay, so your team seems to be poking without you, that's no good. Reinhardt's sitting here, he's trying to find a good spot to engage. Your job as Winston is to find him that window of opportunity that he's looking for. So you need to jump into the back, start hitting their healer, drop your barrier, and then Reinhardt can go in when they're distracted. They have a man down. Go, 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 go. Why are you not diving? Uh-oh, that's it. Good. Okay, so now that he's Molten Cord, you should be trying to go around the flank here. And then under the bridge. Because I'll bet you that their healer is somewhere in the back, leaning toward the right side. So the doorway over here is a good option to kind of poke around and look who's where. If the Winston or the Torbjorn follow you in there, that gives Reinhardt plenty of leeway to go in as well. And then he can ultimately clean up whoever's inside. But instead you're poking. Reinhardt charges in Suicide again. Anna and Lucy are kind of left hanging. Hanzo does a crappy ult. That's a bad ult. Well, really, actually, that's an okay ult. It's okay. But I think your DPS is all the way in the back? No, 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 no. He needs to be on the point. Because it's just tanks on the point. You guys will lose if it's just the tanks. But in any case, okay, so you ult. Watch this. So you're disorienting them, that's good. But then you have to focus on your targets. This is really what you're looking for here. I don't know why you left the point. You got the Hanzo, but he wasn't your target. You're supposed to try and take the point. But honestly, it was a tough situation either way. Even if you stayed on the point, you were still very likely to die. But you see, Reinhardt charged onto the point. You needed to back him up. He came to back you up, and then you ditched him. But I think you realized that you were in a bad situation. You tried to escape.
You have my thanks.
But if you notice that you're in a bad situation like that, just yell on comms, retreat, retreat, retreat.
My ultimate is ready.
Comms are very important. Okay. Winston's diving you again. The only person he got was Torbjorn, that's not good. Don't poke, don't poke, don't poke. Okay, dive into the back, good. Focus the Mercy. Good. Good, good, good. Okay, you got Mercy, who are you going to target next? Winston, Winston, Winston. Finish off Winston, he's low. What are you doing? There you go. Oh, crap. Did you also notice that? There was a Hanzo in the area killing you guys off. Look. Hanzo, that's 3 Hanzo kills, I think. Yeah, that was 3 kills. You were supposed to be the guy taking care of that. But this is a problem that a lot of Winston mains have. You have to play the meta games, Winston. You know, it's really easy to fight what's in front of you, but you always have to keep in mind, is there a squishy around for me to attack? Because you know that they're flooding in from spawn as we speak. Now, cleaning up 2v1 against the Winston and Zarya, or 2v2 against the Winston and Zarya is important, but I think you would have had a chance if the Hanzo didn't pick off 3 of your guys, you know? It's just, you know, you have to think in the back of your head, is there a squishy around? Even if you can't see him, you have to constantly be thinking that. If you see that there are only tanks on the point, you have to stand back and think. And that's probably one of the hardest parts about being Winston. Okay.
Enemy turret ahead.
Reinhardt charges in. If your tank calls for an engage, you have to engage, and thankfully your team goes in. What are you doing? Hold on, what? So let's look at this engage. He charges in. There's a Torbjorn over here with his turret. There's a Hanzo here. But you dive past them both, and you start hitting the Winston? Okay. Well, there was a bit of lag there, so we had to skip that, I think. But that was not ideal. In any case, but you find the Mercy on her own. You start attacking her, that's good. That's annoying. Winston. Are you gonna ult? Are you gonna ult? Are you gonna ult? Okay. Now boop her off. Boop her off. Boop her off. She's right there. Why didn't you boop her off? Hold on. Oh, that was a perfect boop. I don't know. I get that Winston, if you're not used to his ult, it's easy to just jump around and spam. But you have to be very slow when you're thinking and take your time with your decisions. Now, let me see if I can pause it in the right spot here. You have a jump up. She's right there on the edge. You could just boop, knock her off. But you kind of jump into the corner where the Torbjorn is, which is pretty juicy. But and you hit him once, and then you turn around and you just kind of start spamming. But it all works out because you got man advantage and spawn advantage. Because the thing is while it wasn't ideal and perfect, you didn't knock his Zarya off and you kind of just were slapping everyone around. But the thing is just slapping everyone around actually works. It's not 100% efficient, but just knocking them around disorients them, knocks off their aim, and it allows your team to really capitalize on them, which you did, and it pulled through for the fight. You know, this is something that will take you from gold and platinum to a higher rank, potentially, if you can kind of, you know, take your time and think and make these decision makings much more efficient. So we cap point A. Oh, someone came. This Winston is stupid. I understand diving in, but I don't understand using the ult. Yeah. He burnt about 10 seconds off your timer. But his ult is not worth 10 seconds.
Commence attack on objective B.
So how are you guys going to attack B? That's the real question here. So let's take a look at the comp here. We have Winston, Mercy, Genji, Hanzo, Ana, and Reinhardt. There is no Zenyatta to orb you. I think Ana wants to try to heal you, but there's just usually too much crap in the way for her to heal Winston effectively. So I think Genji's Dragon Blade is really what's going to pull through in this fight if you take it. So I assume that there should be a Nano Blade.
My ultimate is charging.
My ultimate is charging.
Okay. We're going to take top. No. What did you do here?
My ultimate is charging.
Whatever, want too much. Okay. So see, Winston's here. That means, I don't know if it's just Winston or if there's other people, but Reinhardt has his shield up. You're not the main shield guy. Your shield is for self-defense. Your shield's not for protecting everyone else in this situation. Your shield is for the engage. This is not the engage. This is the setup. Do not use your shield during setup. You know, that's 13 seconds. That's a really long time. So we have DPS up here, and it's Soldier. Be very careful about 1v1ing Soldier. With his biotic field and his high damage, he can 1v1 you just like... He's probably the best 1v1 character against you besides Reaper. In his favor, at least, not yours. So you drop your barrier here, which is kind of... You might have potentially protected Mercy from him, because Reinhardt's shield's facing this way. But, you know, if you had instantly dived him, that would have been a different story. Because the thing is, with them being on the left, if you had automatically just gone up here and jumped from this platform behind them, that would have been devastating. But instead, you kind of just drop your barrier here, and you're death balling. And Winston is not a death ball character by any means. So whether this Soldier was here or not, whether you knew or not, you should have gone this way. But let's see what you do now that the Soldier's there. Nope, 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 nope. Yep. And then, what the hell is Ana doing? I guess she was trying to heal you. Okay, so I didn't know the Torb was there. I don't think either of us knew that. But 1v1ing soldier without your barrier at the ready and without telling your healers is suicide.
I've got you in my sights.
Reinhardt is doing his best to kind of engage, but really he should just be saying back off. Yeah, Reinhardt's down. Yep, back off, back off, back off. Retreat. I hope someone's yelling retreat. So now we've switched off to Roadhog. Roadhog's a lot more deathball-y if that's how you want to play. So this is a pretty good choice if that's the style you're going to go with. What are you doing? We're going for a cheeky back cap, but it's pretty hard for cheeky back caps when there's a turret guarding the position. It's also kind of hard to cheeky back cap when you're a gigantic bat tank. Either that or you're trolling, I don't know, but good try.
My ultimate is ready.
But in any case, yeah, that just, don't do that.
Enemy seen. My ultimate is ready. I will boost you.
That was a funny hook. I guess that was like a prediction hook, hoping he would pop out. It looks like a Nano's out. A Nano's out, Nano's out, Nano's out. You need to go. Go, 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 go. The engage has begun. We can't engage 5v6. You need to be there. Whoa, 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 whoa. What are you doing? No, don't do that. Anna has basically sent Ryan to his death because she nanoed him, and then he jumped down to low ground. And this... that is absolute suicide. That was horrendous. Oh my god, this Anna and Reinhardt. In any case, when she nanoed Reinhardt, he should have gone down the tunnel here and then did the flank around. As should you. So basically what would happen in that situation is Reinhardt goes down the tunnel, he takes out Torb and his turret with the nano boost, he goes in on the flank. Once they're distracted by him, you dive in over in the area by the lanterns, and then you hit the Hanzo from behind. So either that, or Reinhardt stays up here, they shoot at him, you go down the tunnel, you take out the Torbjorn, and then you jump in, and then when they're distracted by you, Reinhardt comes in with hammer down. One of those should have happened. Wait. Yeah, if you had gone down there and hooked Torbjorn and then blasted the turret and then came around the flank, yeah, that would have been great. Then he comes down with hammer down because Orisa's shield's likely going to be facing you, so it leaves a bunch of openings. But instead, Reinhardt dives in on his own, gets suicided, and then you jump in, try to get a cheeky hook. But even if you killed the Hanzo, you're still very much screwed. That was not a good decision. Although, you all need to retreat now that the Rhine's dead anyway, so I guess dying just expedites the process. But at the same time, you fed them ult charge, which is not good. Why are you ulting? Why are you ult? No! When you're 2 men down, the Genji ulted? You're kidding me. Oh, you're rezzed. Game changers. Okay. So basically, we have some bad footage here, but it was a failed attempt. Yeah, that was. Oh man, that was bad. That was bad. She rezzed y'all in a position where you're just kind of surrounded and being mowed down. And they ulted before she rezzed, which means that they're getting focused through their ults, and it's really bad. I'm not even sure if she rezzed Reinhardt because he had been dead for a while. Yeah, we're taking high ground. They're ulting. You need to back off, retreat. Yep, people are dead. The moment you hear Orisa's ult go down, you need to retreat. If you had done that, you guys might have survived the dragons, but now you have to wait for their respawns. You're overstaying your welcome. You need to back up more. This is not a spot you want to be in. Here comes the Winston. He's going to bait you. He's going to bait you. Oh my god. Luckily you had a self-heal, and you had 600 health, and then Anna arrived in time. Okay, now you gotta pick, you gotta pick, you gotta pick. They wasted res, that's good. Another bad hammer down. Good ult, that's a really good ult. Jump down, jump down, jump down. Don't focus on the Winston, focus on the squishies, focus on the squishies. Good, good. That was really good. Focus Mercy. Good. This looks like a win if you can clean this up. Good, focus the Winston, get him off the Genji. Jesus, what is happening to the frames here? So you get the Winston. Junkrat's on the flank. You have hookup. You still have 400 health. You don't have to heal. You can go after him. You should have gone around the left flank stairs and kept the pressure on. Overwatch is a game where just a millisecond can lose you the fight. And I think you standing here and healing, instead of keeping the pressure on their spawn and on the Junkrat, was probably one of the losing conditions of this fight. I don't know what Reinhardt was doing wrong. I haven't been watching him very closely, but let's see. What the fuck? So you get killed by the Junkrat.
30 seconds remaining.
In any case, bad footage. But in any case, I think you lose this fight. I'm pretty sure you lose this fight. So basically things to learn. For Winston, make sure that you are communicating with your other tanks. The tanks define the playstyle of the game. If you have a Reinhardt Winston, one of you needs to dive, one of you needs to follow up. If one of you is Zarya Winston, the Zarya should bubble you, and then you dive in and she follows up. You've got to figure out the playstyle according to your partner tank. In this case, you had Reinhardt. You were both kind of trying to play the divey tank. You were both trying to play main tank, and that's just not going to work very well. Your targeting wasn't very well perfected yet. Your metagame of hunting squishies is not perfected yet. Your positioning and your jumping isn't perfected yet. So things to work on is just make sure you're in the right spot when you set up. Make sure to survey. I don't see a whole lot of surveying. What you should do is take the time to figure out who is where on the enemy team and where your team is, and then tell them when you're diving in so they know when to follow up. Winston's very much a teamwork character. If there's no communication, Winston's going to struggle. So yeah, make sure dive in at the right place at the right time, dive the right character, and you should win. Tell your team to go in and you should win. With Roadhog, you have pretty good aim, but make sure that you have the right positioning. Now that you're playing Roadhog, you're an off tank, make sure you're not thinking like you're a pure DPS. You should kind of control space more so than pursue kills, which kind of sounds funny because you're Roadhog, you hook and kill people, but the thing is people are scared of you, and they are mortified by that hook of yours. So if you just kind of hold high ground and potentially pick people off who are poking, that's going to do a whole lot more than just diving in and getting suicided. So, and make sure to always think flank, flank, flank. Don't go on mad flanks because you're not Genji. But the thing is if you're playing Winston, he's definitely a flanking tank. So make sure to keep that in mind. If you're playing Roadhog, you can play the distraction flank. You know, you don't go in on a hard flank and dive into their team and start killing people. But if you go on the flank and pick one guy off down the tunnel, like I said before, that allows your Reinhardt to engage. Reinhardt struggles to find windows of opportunity to go in without getting murdered. So as your off tank, that's kind of your goal, is to give him that opening by either getting a pick or by distracting them, one of the two. But yeah, basically I hope this video helped. I hope you have good luck in the future with your SR ladder climb, and I hope everyone else who is viewing these videos has a good time. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.